I'm trying to get it to collect the stream. It's not.
Come on, YouTube.
Okay, now it's there. I was like, I clicked it before, and I was like, all right, let me remove the stream key and put it back in and see if it loads up. And so now we should be good.
Sometimes you just gotta turn it off and turn it back on, man.
Now we should be good. Maybe they can hear us.
I'm checking YouTube right now, but you gotta let these ads play.
Yeah. Gotta let these ads play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Goofy said he had some issues with like his computer and stuff, so he hit me up. So I don't think he was able to make it.
Broski, we'll see you next time, man. Honestly, I love this chapter, but we could use it for a different chapter.
Yeah, he has some issues with his PC stuff. Yeah, I'm reading his DM now. Let me hit him
Everything.
up right now.
Tell him everything happens for a reason. It's
Everybody
hot
has those
outside anyway.
days.
Exactly.
Right.
It's hot outside anyway. You and I are going to do this live stream, and then we're going to a Sailor Moon Day party up here in Brooklyn, hosted by the one and only Sailor Victoria,
Who we
host
had
of
as
the
a
Moonies
guest.
podcast. Yes, we just had on as a guest in episode 53 of our season 3 of the Moon Piece podcast. So if you haven't checked it out already, do so.
That was 54.
I stand corrected, ladies and gentlemen.
You was close. You was close.
Yes, we just recorded 55.
Yeah. But what is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another Moon Piece, One Piece manga chapter live reaction, live read through with my co-host as always, Daniel-san.
Yo, this is me.
This is a lot going. There's a lot in this chapter, man.
There's a lot in this chapter. I'm happy we're in the flashbacks series. I think we got a lot more than I was expecting. And
yeah, I stand corrected about my statement last week about saying like this might go to the end of the year because
it's going fast.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I take back everything I said now because you just jump in. You could have spent more time on this.
We got through 2 baby mamas in this chapter.
2. Not even 1. I'm sitting here like,
we're getting the.
You were surprised, right? You were surprised,
I was
right?
very surprised because it was giving. We're gonna see his comeuppance, like how his story built, but nope. We are speedrunning King Harold's journey through the Grand Line.
He said, "Yeah, we get it. You know, he had to change of heart. We get it. We don't got to spend 3 chapters to show."
Yeah, no, I'm happy, but listen, I think we're still in it for double digits in chapters. You know, we're still in double digits for sure.
Listen, man, I don't know what to predict anymore. Nicolandria doesn't exist anymore. This is moving faster than I thought. I mean, you knew. I think anybody with common sense knew, but like, I don't know. Do you feel like you're starting to see a little bit more of people's annoyance with this season, or no? You feel like you just don't see it at all?
I mean, there's always going to be annoyance with every season. You know, no season's perfect. I think with USA, again, they're still trying to find their own. We're talking about Love Island, by the way, guys.
Yes.
Even though this is a One Piece stream and we're not going to spend too much time talking about it.
Yeah.
I think that USA is trying to find their own groove in comparison to UK. Kind of like what Matt and I were saying. UK is almost twice as long, so you have more time for these people to develop their relationship, whereas USA is really speed running it, and it kind of seems a little more chaotic, and it is. But I think that that's just like 2 different styles, and I think USA, I think this is what, season 7? UK's got like 17 seasons, so they've been in the game a little bit longer. So while USA doesn't want to copy and paste exactly what they're doing, they're still trying to find their own groove. So I'm gonna hold my hands up, and it's better than Love is Blind. Okay,
yeah,
it's better than Love is. I already know Love is not blind, guys. It's not. Okay, you need 2 eyes. We've learned that lesson. It was the concept's cool for the first 3 or 4 seasons. After that, it's for the birds.
Yeah.
The Bachelor, that franchise, it's dead. They need to revamp it. Ain't nobody going on a dating show to get engaged. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic. This is 2025. It's not like that anymore. That was cool back in 2001.
Yeah.
Right. But that's it. And then
I guess I'm just trying to compare it within itself. It's just hard because last season was such an anomaly. Right.
Yeah.
And like Matt was saying in the chat too when we was talking about it, because we have a all guys chat for Love Island guys.
Oh man,
this season, they really casted mad influencers, and as a viewer, we could feel that. And I, as somebody who doesn't watch a lot of of reality TV? Because like you have a lot more experience, so you're pulling what other shows do, and just what I'm getting from people who seem to be fans outside of like what I hear from only your thoughts, like other people on the internet. This is just like not what they came to this show for, I guess. Love Island, exactly. For like
Mhm.
this much chaos, right? There's other shows that like this much chaos is welcomed, I guess, or
Mhm.
this much strategy is welcomed. It just seems like nobody was ever come to Love Island for this, and now they're kind of being forced to sit through it, I guess. I don't know. I once again, my opinion is only based on the last season and this current season, and I'm not enjoying myself anywhere near as much this season as last season because of like that aspect.
You saw peak, man. You came from Marineford. That's it.
You saw peak.
That was a really rare occurrence. So for me, I'm rolling with the punches. I'm rocking with Mark.
But you can at least see why people was just like, I hate this shit. I'm not saying so much you hate this shit,
sure.
but I guess you could at least see it. I guess
You could see why I could see why people are upset. Yeah, but they'll be back. They'll be back, bro. I
don't know, man. These are a lot of new fans, I think, too. That's the thing. So they'll be back. They'll be back next episode, but I can't say for sure they'll be back next season. And that's really what you want more than anything.
I promise you, a good portion of those people will be back. Because again, if you're taking into consideration what else is out there, Temptation Island is not good. Too Hot to Handle is not good.
Here's the
Perfect
thing.
Match.
So once again, you're talking about other shows.
Yes.
Right now, this USA season is
still good.
It's an anomaly in itself, even compared to other reality TV, because people who don't watch reality TV are like you said. You said it before. People who don't watch or talk about reality TV are talking about this season and this show right now.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is first time people to this whole, formula and this world in itself. So
I think it might be a wave. I think it might be like a wave of something that's going on, because somebody keeps asking me who does watch reality TV, and they're like, I'm not watching Love Island. Why do I watch Love Island? I'm telling them at this point it's almost like a community aspect of it, where people can come together and talk about it through social media, through reaction videos, through reels and TikToks, kind of like when big series like Game of Thrones was on. People loved
the weekly discourse, the office discourse, like.
But in this case,
daily.
It's more macro. It's on a daily
micro,
So I think that's another reason why I'm saying like those people are going to come back, because it's almost like a cultural phenomenon for America, where we can all come together.
Depending on how this shakes out, though.
No,
I think it does depend.
Okay.
I think you're betting too much on the people who've been here for the first time. I think
agree to disagree.
Like a Preston, like P.
Mm-hmm.
You can't guarantee P. You can't guarantee P. P is who, like people like P is who I'm talking about.
Content about it though?
No, I'm just talking about the
other
regular
content
viewer.
Creators, right? Okay, but the other people who are content creators who don't normally talk about Love Island and reality
think they'll be
TV,
back?
I think that they would be back.
I guess we're just gonna have to see next year.
I'm already there mentally. I'm already there. Season 8.
Well, you're already there, but this is your bag. That's not the same.
Yeah, I know.
Like I forgot, it was some random anime podcast, or not even anime. They just talking about anime, comic books, all type of stuff. And I never seen them talk about Love Island, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying here like, oh, I'm confused now.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but that's the end of the ramble. That was our weekly 10-minute ramble before we actually talk about what we're doing on the stream. Because listen, man, that's one of the reasons why I guess the only time Kimmy will keep us on task.
Yeah, she's the one. Okay, enough about that, guys. Anyway,
he's like, damn, we can have no fun. No fun.
Straight business.
One Piece chapter 1153, The Birth of Loki. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you leave a like on the stream. Leave a comment if you watch this after the fact. Hit that notification bell and check out channel memberships. They're on $1.99 if you want to help support the channel in any way. You get access to special emojis, early access to our official episodes, as well as I think that's it. Yep. I had my whole brain was fried just now. Also, guys, the store will be going down July 6th. So if you would like to buy merchandise at all, you have until July 6th to purchase. If your friends, your family, anybody else.
Just
July
do it.
6th. That is
Do it.
oh, okay, Shia. But before we get to chapter, I guess I'll do the cover story in the first 2 pages, and then you take
Oh,
from there.
this is fun. Yeah.
Wow, you used to be doing it. You're used to you
Yeah.
doing it.
No, I love that you're taking the lead here.
Oh, what did JD say? What did he say? Oh, you like being dominant.
Oh, you like to be
You're
dominant.
dominant.
Yo, I don't know what that man was trying to do in that conversation.
Yeah,
All right,
I
go
never.
find someone submissive, bro.
I know, and that's why we needed Jeremiah to still be here to hoop, because that was not hooping.
No,
He was
Nick,
not hooping.
Yeah, Nick knows ball.
Nick knows ball,
and he needs to teach JD some tricks too.
Well, JD's gone.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
All right.
Olga Child Yamato, Golden Harvest, Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 37, Daimyo of Ringo, Kikunojo, and Boss Ocho. I mean,
yeah,
more.
She's doing her rounds. That's it.
They're happy to see each other. They're acting like they really, really know each other, but they don't even know each other like that. But
I mean, they've been through war, so honestly, trauma bonding. Trauma bonding's a thing.
Bro was on the other side of the Fortnite map talking about, oh, remember that war we was in? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they'll share stories, man. Listen, I get it in that aspect. They both were in the same battle. They fought for the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they're countrymen, patriots, and trauma bonding is a thing. So I'm gonna let it slide. All
right. Oh, Ria Sat was good. I see you in the chat. We can't beat the nicknames.
Nope.
And then this is the boss that used to be about Hyogoro, the homie that taught Luffy how to use Ryo.
Yes. Hyogoro's dead, right?
No.
He's alive?
Yasue died.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No doubt.
All right. Open up the chapter. Prince Harold of Elbath lived out his rather unhinged childhood years alongside Dorian Broggy. Thanks to his innate size and strength, gifts from his ancient giant blood, as well as his noble status, he developed an inflated sense of self, and no one can stop him from growing into a royal pain. Everyone outside of Elbath is so tiny and pitiful and boring, as he picks a booger and flicks it out to sea, knocking a sea beast to death. Don't you agree? Of course, Your Majesty. You're exactly right. As we go to the Blunt Kingdom in the New World. Nah, it's the Blunt Kingdom. Come on, come all. Marvel at the 10-meter thickums. Feel the earth tremble as she walks. Cover your ears when she barks thunder. A rare giant from the exotic land of Elbath. Feast your eyes on Ida. Ida? What are you saying?
I was thinking Ida. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ida probably.
Ida. I think Ida fits. I think I'm gonna go
we're
Ida.
deep in it.
As we see a giant woman with some lips and some horns screaming in the cage. What? Step away from the cage if you don't want to be hurt. As Harold looks into the tent, turning a giant to a sick sideshow. They've got some nerve.
Yo, the fact that you were like, she got lips and horns, that's her identifying features, huh? Those lips are crazy.
Yo,
I don't know why Oda drew her like that.
Oda was trying to really make a point, I think, this time around beauty is only skin deep.
Compared to what we see later on in the chapter.
I ain't shit, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
I ain't shit.
Right.
Let's just say Loki and Haru got the same taste, I guess, since Loki wanted Lola.
Loki. Oh. Yo, I need to see more about that. What happened here? Because now that you bring it up real quick, if we know that Loki was traveling the seas, then maybe at some point he ran into Big Mom. Maybe they ran the ones real quick. And Big Mom was like, you're one of the giants. I don't have a giant, especially like an ancient giant in my crew. Marry one of my daughters. And that was, I guess, the relationship that she was talking about. We always knew it was Loki and Lola, but like I can see it happening now. But why Lola? Do you think he was really in love with her?
She's a sweetheart.
She is.
She's a sweet girl. She just want to get married. It just wasn't not to him.
Just not to him. I guess with those. Well, never mind. I don't want to spoil anything just yet.
Yeah, but it's cute to see a young Dorian Broggy here. You see them with their weapons that they use already. We see Harold with a hammer. It looks
like Captain Underpants.
Yeah,
do you remember that comic?
Yeah, Loki's hammer looks like Amy Rose's hammer from Sonic.
Yeah, it does, with the little bulges on either side. Yo, that booger that this man flicks is wicked work, bro.
Killing a sea beast with a booger is wicked.
Even I get it, it's big, but like still, like killing something with a booger, there's got to be hockey infused in that or something.
Hockey infused? I mean,
hockey infused.
We've already maybe he got the devil fruit that what's his name had from Whiskey Peak, Mr.
Hey, psh. I don't remember that guy's name.
God, I think that was Mr. Was he 4? Because it was him and it was the dude with he had dreads.
Yeah.
I can't remember his number right now. Oh well. And then we see it in the cage. At first, I was confused. Like I was thrown off because I was like, okay, the size comparison here. I saw the horns. I was like, is this an ancient giant in this cage? And these people are regular giants? Because I was like, humans. I thought Oda's scaling was like throwing me off a little bit at first. Okay. I mean, we found out more after, but this first page had me like, holy shit, giants be like locking up ancient giants. Like, I was taken aback for a second.
Yeah.
So, so seeing Harold being like, you're not gonna take my people and lock them up.
Yeah. I mean, seeing the fact that it's like a kingdom in the New World, I knew immediately like it wasn't no giants, it was humans.
Well, no, we've been told it was because we were already told that there were other giant nations in this earth, right? Okay. So that's why and just because it was so many years ago, I was like, okay, I guess this is maybe one of those, right?
Okay, yeah, fair. Because you never know with the horns.
Yeah, but that was just like obviously before. I just didn't know where this was going in the first couple pages. So,
gotcha.
You want to take the next 2?
I'll take the next 2. So now we are fast forwarding to the Elbaf ship going away from the Bunk Kingdom, and they're laughing on the ship, going, they thought that Elbaf was a joke. Well, who's laughing now? And Ida is just like wondering, who are you? No need to thank me. I'm the king of Elbaf. I won't stand to see my homeland disrespected like that. Boom! She smacks King Harold right across the face, sending him flying. Your Majesty, King Harold! What? And he is shocked. He has never been hit before. He's just holding his cheek like, oh. And she's just standing with her face towards the Bun Kingdom. Turn the ship around. I need to apologize. So many people were hurt back there. And he's like, King Harold interjects. He's like, are you insane? You care about that mini kingdom of tiny humans? And she just holds up her fist again. And then we cut to another panel, and he's beat the fuck up, lying on the floor. And she's like, do I have to hit you again? King Harold, they saved my life when I washed up on their shore and gave me a job to do. They were kind enough to help me make a living until I was fully healed. What do you mean, tiny humans? Just because you happen to be born huge and are coincidentally strong and brutish, you actually think that makes you better than humans? How can you be so arrogant? It's pathetic. This is why everyone thinks that all giants are barbaric and brutish as Elbaf.
Yo, honestly, Ida woke.
Oh,
Ida is what they would call a social justice warrior.
No, but she cooked. She cooked there.
She's cooking.
Literally cooked our man. He's lying on the floor like Nami just beat the crap out of Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji.
He got hit with Hamon.
Hamon. Yeah, man. Yo, that panel of him like, oh,
he's like over here like, I think I'm in love. He said, I think I'm in love. That's what that panel was. He was like, oh,
she's so strong.
I need that. And Oda put some extra sauce on that top left panel. I was like, why are you showing her butt like that, bro?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean there. Those shorts are shortened.
He put in extra work there. He was like, all right, listen, she might be a butterface.
Yeah, but I had to show her from the back real quick.
I had to show her from the, because he don't never be showing characters from the back like that.
True.
It's always like he's heavy on like the curves in the front. He said, listen, I know her face look like this, but let me show you what Harold was looking at when she was looking back at the tent.
It's all about perspective.
But I dig what
That's
she's saying
funny.
here. She's a good person. You could automatically tell, yeah, this is baby mom number one.
Yeah. And she made an impression. I mean, the fact that she was able to hit him like that and then hit him with some sense, I felt for her in
Yeah.
this, and when she's explaining her backstory really quick, and how she ended up doing what she was doing and really like flipping the perspective and what was actually happening on the island. I'm glad that she stood up not only for herself but for the people of the Bunt Kingdom. And she's very emotional and kind, and talking about how like this is why everyone thinks that all giants are barbaric brutes because of Elbaf.
He tried to be Captain Save-A-Ho, but don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
No, she don't want to be saved.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Yeah, prime example. This was good. But I also think like King Harold's funny because we see in the first page, she's like, "Who are you?" And he's like got like a really kind and like almost like silly-ish demeanor, like, "Oh no, it's okay. You don't need to thank me. I'm just like the king of Elf." Like he's a nice guy.
No big deal.
Is what he's pretending.
He's like,
to
no
be.
big deal. Like, I just saved your life and all.
Yeah. So like we're getting like he's like a dickhead. He's scum of the earth, right? But over here, he's just like, here's a girl, like, and then she smacks him, and he's like in love. So
Yeah.
we're seeing a different side of Harold too. Like he's not just like a Doflamingo.
I think it's to say he was never a Doflamingo in the first place. Life is all about perspective, right? So it's all about how we got Big News Morgan, right? Big News Morgan exists in this world. So anything people say at all times when it comes to like what a person was like, even in the beginning of the story when we first was trying to figure out about Harold, always take it with a grain of salt. The problem was Harold was just 15. That's the problem. He was 15.
Well, I think he was kind of the same age here too.
No, he's 15. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
that was the narrator who was telling us that he was scum of the earth.
Yeah.
So it's different from like Big News Morgans.
Well, I'm saying like how the story unfolds usually, and not like a Big News Morgan. I'm just saying like how people talk about like when they say, "Oh, and he was scum of the earth," because they're like trying to like put on this narrative of like what the people believe, and you have to watch it unfold for the most part. Because like as the chapter plays out more, you're sitting here like, yeah, this nigga was Tommy Reversied for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's get to the next two.
Yep.
Just because I was born huge, he's like, what? And now we see Ida helping the people rebuild the Bunt Kingdom, and everybody looking happy about it, rolling logs. And they're talking to Harold now back at the boat. Should we just set sail, King Harold? Why are you all just spacing out? Huh? Go and help her, you ninnies. That town is as tiny as a model. It's easy work. Your Majesty. As we hear the drums of liberation playing in the background. Nah. Bro's giving he's giving road status right now. Their method of construction is completely different from ours. We should tell everyone about it when we return to Elbaf. I want to bring home some of their spices. I've never had roti or doubles before. Sorry. Notice how hardy their fabric is. As Ida reaches out to him and makes him apologize to the king. And yet, it's so fine. These humans are more skilled than we realized. Now there's a bunch of kids playing on Harold's arm as they do the sun god Nika dance, stomping and tromping all over the place. You have to see things from their eye level, Harold. Nothing in the world is meant to be destroyed.
Bars. That was a good line.
Bro.
It was really good line.
His people really thought like, so we out, right? We out?
Our job's done here. She don't want to be saved.
Right. So he like, yo, go help.
Yeah. Again, this is another example of Oda kind of speed running things where like he in one page he's talking about the different construction, the different spices, the fabrics that they use, and how it's already like Harold's being wowed by all of this and like marvels at it, and how he wants to like already the seeds of wanting to be a community with like other nations and things like that is already there.
I mean, listen, in Oda's making the nice way of how colonization went.
Okay.
Right now, this is the nice way of it. Like, oh, if everything went well, this is all people would have
Okay.
done, right? But in the
Yeah.
real world for us, yeah,
We didn't have Anita.
Elbath is given, Elbath is given Europeans for real. Oh my
Yeah.
God, these spices, and then they never use them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this fabric, is that a Supreme shirt? No, let me take that.
Yeah.
But it's you seeing the Sun God and he can dance too. That's a vibe.
That's part of their culture.
So, other than that, I mean, it's just like kind of seeing him kind of turn that new leaf really quickly. It's whiplash almost.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of Ida too.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of her face. She is not cute.
Word. All right. That's crazy.
All right. I know.
Don't do that. Shay gonna be mad. He loves him some Ida.
He does?
Yeah, he said that in my last stream.
Oh.
He was giving me he was giving me shit for being ain't shit.
Ida hater. I got you. Yeah, bro, I got a new haircut. I'm joining the military, bro. We're going to war.
Stop. I mean, we're going into the Third World War at One Piece and in real life.
Yeah, literally. All right. So Ida's continuing on. I was born on the Samwani Island in the South Blue. After some twists and turns, my life's path brought me here. So you crossed the Serpent of Blood? You mean the red line? Yeah, well, yeah, which is why I can't go back home. Then come to Elbaf. We're not as barbaric as you say. Oh, maybe I was mistaken about you too. And then we're seeing a little fast forward. King Harold's change. Yeah, it's creepy. I bet it won't last long though. And now, fast forward to Elbaf some odd years later.
100.
I wish to atone.
4 years later.
4 years?
Yeah, we went from 109 to 105.
I wish to atone for all of my countless crimes. What's gotten into you, Harold? I may be out of the country more often than I'd wish, but it is only to join hands with our neighbors and ask them to teach us their culture. If we learn from the rest of the world, we can make our land and lives richer. Yeah, but Tori and Brogy are still raising all hell out there. They are good friends of mine, but they have always been eccentric. They are cordial with humankind and follow a code of honor. That's true. It doesn't hurt that they can fight, of course, but if they pose too much of a threat to other nations, we may have to rein them in. Zabababa. What a turnout. Bojaja. Meeting new people took him on a journey. Harold, no, Elbaf, is blessed with good luck as we see them all sailing back out into the seas. So we're seeing here King Harold's already making a declaration of wanting to, be with other countries and learn from them, which is cute.
Yeah.
Again, things are moving.
Yeah, and more of him vibing with Ida. They continue to cultivate their relationship. It's just funny because this is obviously like for 5 or 6 years before Dory and Brogy get trapped on Little Garden, and so they're not even going to end up being an issue anyway.
Oh, okay. No, I guess I didn't realize that. I guess, damn, Dory and Brogy weren't there when King Harold died. That's so sad.
Yeah, no,
because they're childhood friends,
and they were on that island for 100 years.
Damn.
So, but I don't know if you how you feel about this theory, this thought, because I feel like other people have said it before.
What?
But that top right line, so you cross the Serpent of Blood, had me triggered. I'm over here like, nah, there are Titans in the wall.
Why? The Serpent of Blood. What?
The Serpent of Blood, and then her being like the red line makes me believe in my head, oh, the red line is a big serpent that's inside, that has rocks that's contained in, like it's the wall, like it's Titans.
Oh, okay. But it's just one big snake.
Yeah, it's one big snake around the world that's like being held in with the rocks that, the mountain itself of the red line. So that's why they're calling it the Serpent of Blood. Like, I feel like it may be a euphemism to maybe other people, but he's probably being like, well, no, we call it that because of the big serpent that's in the mural.
Yeah.
And then
that could be it.
And then the interest of the reverse mountain, because other people have called it out, like, the tail meeting the mouth. You know, the you've seen it before, like it's especially a fairy tale, right? They use
Yeah.
that symbol. They had that robo, whatever, where like the mouth is eating the tail or whatever type situation. So that leads me to believe, like, oh, maybe knocking down the red line actually frees that serpent.
But I wonder how big it is, though. But yeah, if I'm looking at Reverse Mountain now, that I could see that being it.
Yeah, you see it, and Shade and Vibe in the chat right now saying serpent of hell from the first world. Remember the first part of the mural. So I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
maybe someone subjugated, kind of like how Zunisha was forced to like walk the earth or the world of One Piece for like 800 years. Maybe someone was able to give a command to the Great Serpent to wrap itself around the world and lie there dormant for all eternity or some shit like that.
To keep the world divided or whatever type situation.
Yeah, type shit.
Type, I try to say type situation. He was like, just say the thing, bro. You know you want to say it. I be trying my best not to say that for some reason. I'm like, I don't,
you know,
like, I don't know why.
It's because you're like watching reality TV now, maybe,
and they saying it so much on there, bro. I'm like,
I know.
Oh God! And it's not even like I got hate about it because that's not even like an age thing. Like mad black people be saying that, been saying that forever. But like now I just see so many people say it. Like I'm like, oh, I can't. Yeah, this is cool to see Harold trying to change the vibes.
Yeah, this is the beginning.
All right, it's my turn.
Yep.
Nice. Shay said I'm too old for that. Nah, bro, it's not that I'm too old. This is the thing. Like a lot of slang. Sorry, I gotta let people know this. Most of the slang that's Gen Z slang, it's just as we call it AAVE, African American vernacular, like slang.
There's things that's where Skibbity Toilet came from.
Well, no, that's Gen Alpha, right? That's Gen Alpha. That's a whole different bag. But like the fact that when people were saying yacht, I was like,
yeah,
are y'all being dead ass right now? Like, are y'all making fun of the way we say goddamn? Like we haven't been saying goddamn like that forever. Like my uncle would be like, goddamn, look at that. Goddamn. Like, but like I turned it into like the slang word for like a big butt.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. Y'all got it. I guess my cookouts mean nothing.
This is your childhood is gone.
Yeah, I guess
it's
now
all AI now.
Yeah. So I'm happy I got these 2 pounds because now I can glaze. For example, by sending diplomats back and forth, we can help deepen the ties and friendships between nations. I see. So we're each taking hostages then. Don't say it like that. It means that countries can get to be friends, unless the people in them are connected somehow. Elbath, 81 years ago. What is that mathematically? 23 years ahead now. Okay. Fisherman Village, Eastern Elbath. The baby's been born. Congratulations, Harold and Ida. Thank you all. And now, Ida and I can know, as the old men from the Hidden Leaf Village show up out of nowhere. You are forbidden from marrying her. The royal line must remain pure of blood. I'm sorry, Ida. It galls me that I must come to this. This is just how the culture works. You can't get emotional and fight against it. You're always welcome in our village, Ida. As long as you live in the same... You got me saying Ida when I was trying to say Ida. Fuck. I just realized that. As long as you live in the same country as Daddy, you'll be happy, right, Hadruddin? Ah! This is your true... Oh, I'm about to smoke shade when I get done reading this. This is your true betrothed, Harold. Estrid blood is pure and ancient. She is the one worthy of being our queen. As we see a baddie pull up on here looking like Slytherin. Elbath, Brewers Village, prestigious daughter Estrid. I was born in the Brewers Village of the North. And I studied geomancy. It is my fate to love you for the rest of my life. Forget all about that woman and child to the east. Oh, that's, no. Good heavens. The spirit is escaping to the east. Your good luck is getting away. You must close those windows at once. Huh? And that mirror. It's in the 5-star kill position. Destroy it at once. Sometimes you just gotta come in and take command.
Yeah. What were you gonna say before?
Oh, this is what I'm gonna say. Shay said Gen Z is truly the greatest. Yeah, the greatest culture vultures.
I think he's being sarcastic. I'd like to think he's being sarcastic.
Oh yeah, no, he's rage baiting me, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't rage bait somebody who's always enraged.
I'm always mad.
You know what's the secret to? I'm always angry.
Oda cooked with Estrid's design here.
Listen, I know Shay loves him some Ida, whoever you. But Estrid is bad. Yep. Estrid is bad.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that. I'm sorry, but you know what? I will say, Ida's got a heart of gold, man. Because Harold's over here like, brother, I'm sorry, I can't marry. No, bro. No, look at the villagers in the back. All the villagers in the back are going goo goo gaga over her because of her heart of
the
gold.
vibes. I know.
She even got like, I can't marry you, and she's like, don't worry about it. So long as I'm here.
Bro didn't even put up a fight.
Yeah,
he didn't even be like, yo, no, this is unacceptable. I'm the king. Like these guys from the heaven realm or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I cannot wait to know more about the heaven realm. What is up with that?
So yeah, I mean, it was cute to see, like, you know, he's studying and she just like sleeping with him, and not sleeping, but like napping next to him. Like continue to kind of like learn how to cultivate relationships with other, you know, diplomats from other countries and things like that. And once again, the speed run to 81. I'm
30 years.
I'm like, oh god, Shay made a good point. Said Estrid is an astrology girl too. The worst. The worst.
Yo, the geomancy.
She said, "What's your rising moon?"
Get this mirror. Get it out of here. Here's good luck. It's getting away.
Oh my god, she was putting the moves on, bro. Too. She said, "Let me grab your neck real quick." Listen, I would fold. I'm no better.
You know better.
I'm no better.
Well, King Harold did fold. We know that for sure.
He's but a mere mortal.
And she's a pure blood.
She's a pure blood, bro. Like,
yeah, it's definitely giving
it's her,
Slytherin.
Then it's Ripley, and then it's Gerd.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gerd and Ripley both came from this brewer's village.
Who knows? Who knows?
All I know is that the women of Elbaf have shown out so far.
Well, I feel like we've only seen like 3.
Well, yeah, exactly. The 3 that you just mentioned.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
And that's enough.
Vibe said, do y'all think Loki is pretty much the reincarnation, ancient weapon of a giant snake, like how Shirahoshi is Poseidon? We'll wait till later in the chapter to get to that thought.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But is there anything else here?
No, not for me.
All
right. So now we're we're continuing on. This is Asla, the horse of good fortune. It is a gift from my clan, the perfect mount for you, King Harold. I have no doubt that this horse will bring you great luck. And one of the guards is like, it's enormous. Why does it have 8 legs? Guards, bring all the jewels and gold into the treasury to my chambers. This is to ensure that the fortunes of wind and earth are sent in his majesty's direction. Also, inform the scullery maids that from this day forward, the king and I will be using the fine silver to eat all of our meals. Is she just after luxury, thinks one of the guards? And now, fast forwarding 11 years later, in an era, about 70 years ago, in an era when the rigors of the sea made it difficult to maintain trade between islands, Elbaf's skill at navigation was the envy of other nations. And now we see King Harold holding up a ship. There is a star to the north that never moves called the Pole Star. Ooh, says the people on the ship. You said you met a mermaid, King Harold? Yeah, I have at last. Fishmen, too. In the kingdom where those with the fish blood live, their king has a newborn named Neptune. All the creatures of the sea, not just the mermaids and the fishmen, were engaged in a grand celebration that spanned the sea floor. Ooh. And now we fast forward yet again 7 years to Arust Castle in Elbaf 63 years ago, while Harold was away from home. Congratulations, my queen. It is a very healthy boy. His name is Loki, and the king and I decided on it. Now, show me my baby. As we already know. I mean, listen, that horse is crazy. It has 8 legs.
I think it's
Is that
from somebody says from like some Norse mythology stuff, something like that.
no? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it has some type of relevance, not some ass. But I was saying when I was doing the stream by myself, I was like, I always find it impressive how it truly does take the whole One Piece community to really get every reference that Oda is making in like One Piece. You know what I mean? Like what he's referencing from other, mediums and things like that. Because it's kind of hard to like know every piece of mythology from every part of the world, right? Whether it be like religious stuff, mythical stuff. So the fact that like it's one man able to just like do this over I'm like, yo, how much studying, how much other reading
I know, right?
like when you have time to learn about other stuff while making this?
Norse mythology, span like with Dressrosa, like all like the little references and things like that. And then not to mention like the way they use the Japanese kanji to do hidden references and meanings and things like that. I don't know how this man
Yeah,
does it.
like I can barely keep like it's taking the whole world to make YouTube videos and learn from each other.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
And I'll
he's
still
over
be
here
forgetting.
and meanwhile he's just over here like on a casual Sunday, like, yeah, I know about this random thing.
No, dude, I love it. Maybe he's just like I don't know. He loves RPG games.
Yeah.
That's where he gets a lot of his inspiration from.
Shade said it's Odin's horse, not Odin. I think as in
Yeah, like Odin from Norse mythology.
yeah. Also, is Harold the one who taught humans how to use a log pose?
No, I doubt it. I feel like a log post has been around for a while.
Well, we're talking about 70 something years ago. We don't know when people
Started using log poses.
We don't know when people started getting log poses, because if he's saying, oh, like everybody was still having issues navigating the seas, right? So about 70 something years ago, we're seeing him clearly show humans how to like navigate this pole star and magnetic things, etc., etc. Who's to say that the technology of a log pose didn't come from this moment with Harold?
Okay. All right. So let's continue down that rabbit hole then. So we know that the Void century happened like 700 or 800 years ago, and there are theories that the Grand Line and like things like the New World were created maybe around the same time. So the sea and like let's say the powers that be, aka Emu and the world government, did that to divide the people so that they're able to control them easier, right? So it's not hard to believe that for several centuries humans didn't have the technology to traverse the seas, and that's again by design it's supposed to keep them separated and easier to control. But now because of the efforts of King Harold, they're able to traverse the seas easier, and then maybe at that point that's why people like Gold Roger or other people with the D clan were able to traverse the seas more and were able to make it through the Grand Line and the New World to finally reach the final island that is Laugh Tale.
Yeah, it could be part of it. I mean, Shade is saying otherwise. He's saying it's not the log pose, but the navigation skills was shared by Elbaf. To me, that doesn't translate that differently to me. Like that seems we don't have an exact time of like how long people have been able to use log poses. We don't know all of that, right? So
yeah,
who's to say it couldn't have been thought about here, and like him traveling the world 70 years ago and saying to different people, that's how people started to learn how to use it. I could be wrong though. But Neptune was also born. We get a light Neptune reference. Like I would have liked to see that,
Yeah,
like,
a little baby
like
Neptune with that big ass nose.
He's speed running this backstory right now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Even
like,
Odin's didn't go this fast.
like I'm over here like, oh, is Oda about to make me complain? Is Oda about to make me complain about moving too fast with the
No, you know what? I think that if anything, he's only going to move this fast for King Harold's backstory, but take his time with the events that happened at Urus Castle when he died and got Dami reversied and all that. I think that's when he's going to spend most of his time in the flashback.
Shade said the law post existed 400 years ago in Nolan's flashback, but that was in the Grand Line, but we still didn't know about the New World.
Damn, Shade. All right, look at you, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Remembering that little fun fact. I love that. Appreciate you.
Because that's because the New World one has the three things on it, right? But the regular one just had the one.
Okay.
So maybe that's where the change comes in. I don't know. But yeah, I would have liked to see old Harold go to these different places that we've visited before. I don't know. I mean, I guess we've seen it already in the Odin backstory, right? Like when Shirahoshi was first born. Like I guess we don't have to see it again. Zah, what's good? We see you in the chat. Zahir, love y'all. I've been listening for 3.5 months now and appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Zahir. Appreciate to hear that, man.
I'm glad we could. We could. Yeah, I think it's Zahir. Thank you, Zahir. We appreciate it. We're always grateful that somebody enjoys even listening to us.
Yeah.
Do
you have any feedback?
We got one fan. That's Shade. Let me stop.
No,
I'm joking. But we've already cut into the baby being born. So should we just go to the next page?
Yeah. This is you, man.
And start my roast session.
Your roast session? All right, go ahead.
What is that? What is that? She said, what? It's terrifying. Oh, Your Majesty, it's horrid. What is that thing? That is not my son. That is no son of mine. Please, Your Majesty, try to remain calm. Tell the kingdom that it was a stillborn. You can't be serious. It's a curse. She got the Denjiro eyes popping out. It's a curse. Just look at that baby. It is a monster. The Prince of Elbaf grasped for the empty air, but no hands reached out to envelop his own as we see his hands going in the air, a little tear dropping out his eye. Stop, Your Majesty. Oh, you thought he wasn't going to get grabbed, but he got grabbed. He's the royal heir. Grabbing bro like a football. The most unfortunate of all living creatures is the one whose very existence is denied by its mother in the moment of its birth. As she yeets him into the underworld. Shadow realm it is. Do you hear me? I bore no child. Do not tell a soul about this. As she cuts back and she's getting her jewels. But what are you planning to do? I'm going back home. I never want to bear another child. I'm not doing this. I'm retiring. Jersey in the rafters. Your Majesty. Head guards, man. Down in the underworld. What about the underworld?
Yo, the series of events that transpired in these 2 pages is crazy. This woman switched up so fast.
I feel her.
You feel her? Why?
I feel her on this. But like, is she wilding? Yes. Do I condone her actions? No.
Because the baby, well, first of all, like all like we knew the baby was gonna have horns. Yeah, the eyes are a little wicked, but maybe he got like a little eye infection. You know, put some eye drops on that thing. You're just gonna automatically assume it's a monster.
See, now he don't got eye powers, right? At least that's not what I think anymore. I just think he's like Katakuri hot in his mouth.
Okay.
Like, I feel like those eyes is the thing that's like, ugh. Brother, what's that?
No, that's fucked up.
I mean, that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Poor Loki, though, man. Seeing the little baby hand like reach out in the air, and then she literally threw this baby off the tree.
Yeeted. I didn't even know she had an arm like that. That's crazy.
This woman was so enraged.
Was she skywalking? How'd she just found a random branch? She said, I'm gonna find the closest branch.
I'm going home. That's it.
I'm going home. I'm not having no other babies. You see her walking too, she big mad. Like, honestly, I respect that. You know how many girls be like, nah. You know how many women be like, yo, after one time giving birth, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Tapped out. Retiring. Jersey in the rafters. Not doing it no more. You not have. She said it's a stillborn. She said it's a.
Yo, and then just like the narrator saying the most unfortunate of all living creatures is the one whose very existence is denied by their mother.
If only Frankie was here saying, it's nothing wrong with existing, Loki. There's nothing wrong.
Man.
Now Frankie and Robin going to have to give him a pep talk. Listen,
yo,
Loki,
right?
we was there, bro.
I was there.
I was there.
I was there when your mother yeeted you.
I was there. And it's good to see like Oda spent all that time showing Ida to be like the good mom and Hadrian being born, and that's why Hadrian has such different vibes. You know what I mean? He was born, even though his mom's look crazy looking, like
yeah,
he came out fine looking. Like he came out. At least he just got a regular round head, right? As a baby.
Yeah, he got a beard. That's enough,
right? He's just regular looking dude. Nobody has ever said Hadrian is a baddie.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you cover Loki's eyes, he is a baddie.
Yeah. That's all she needed to do. Just cover your baby's eyes.
Give him some sunglasses, girl.
Like, sure, he's got the eyes of Sauron over here.
You trying to tell me Vegapunk couldn't come up with contacts in this world?
It's sad, man. I like, and then the next page, I mean, we might as well just finish it now.
Yep, let's go for it.
So now, again, the guard comes up to her down in the underworld, and his face is shooken. And she's like, what about the underworld? And we cut to a panel of baby Loki climbing up the tree out from under the underworld.
What is that?
And you're seeing the wind gusting from side to side. Queen Estrid fell ill. Get rid of the child. There was a prophecy before it was even born. The prophecy said that King Harold would one day be killed by his own son. Not that madness again. And while Harold was busy banging his head against the problem of national relations, the world government has stepped in to block our path again. Why can't countries be free to decide for themselves? And now we see Ida and Harujin. Hey, can I see the baby too? He's your brother. He's not your son, and so he's not my brother. Oh, you're even sweet like that. As Ida kisses Harujin on the cheek. All of the misfortunes that would fall upon Elbaf would be known as Loki's curse. And that is the end of the chapter.
Also, you missed that Loki killed the bear as a baby.
Where was that?
Bottom right. That's why you got all that blood on him. That bear lost his head.
Oh, damn! How'd he kill the bear?
You ever see me in the middle of the grizzly? You ever see me in the middle of the woods with a grizzly bear? Help the bear! Help the
bear! Yo, that's literally that meme.
That's literally that meme.
Help the bear!
I'm telling you, Oda is too well versed.
Yo, the feat that Big Mom had in killing a giant when she was a little girl, this just beat that. This man's a newborn, and he just killed a bear.
And I think Big Mom is probably somewhere on this island, right? As a kid,
I don't know.
Mother Carmel should be here already. I think
maybe, but Big Mom, depending on how old she is,
Big Mom's old.
How old?
Big Mom is like 80s.
Mom? Big Mom is 68.
Oh, 68. So Mother Carmel has to be there already. At least not Big Mom.
Yeah. So if she's 68 years old, Loki was born how long ago?
This says
63 years ago.
Yeah.
So Big Mom would have been 5 years old.
Yeah. So I don't know if Big Mom was 5. Yeah. They said Big Mom is there in the chat.
Oh, shoot. That's crazy.
Because a whole bunch of bad shit just kept happening after this, right? We went from when Hadrian being born and Ida being there saying like, oh, it's blessed. And then as soon as Loki was born, oh, it's cursed.
Yeah. That's it. It's a wrap.
Who was the worst mom? Big Mom or Estrid?
I would say Estrid, at least Big Mom's children grew up. Sure, she might have like killed one or two of them, but like
she
they were
might have
already
killed.
adults.
She might have killed a couple, but she
They're
loved them as.
already adults at this point.
She at least loved them as babies.
Yeah, she loves kids. Big Mom loves kids. This woman Estrid saw her baby and yeeted him out the window. Like immediately. She didn't even get to know him.
I'm trying to think who's the worst mom in One Piece. There's Big Mom, there's Estrid. Here's the thing, Oda doesn't really show that many. Like Oda already made it a point to not have moms that involved.
Yeah.
Right? Because he feel like moms kind of ruined the story. Because like the same way like Harold got set on a righteous path immediately. He feels like I think that's what moms would do if they were like more involved, like a Bellmare or he yeeted her quick, right? But all you got is like a Curly the Dan, Curly the Don, or whatever. But I'm trying to think. There's no other. Let's see. Let me see in the chat real quick. Baby Loki is the strongest in existence. He's a strong baby. Loki doing Luffy Drum Island feat as a baby. Light work. Yeah. Remember Luffy was climbing up the mountain in Drum Island?
Yeah. That was a beautiful moment.
Climbing up this tree is wild.
As a newborn, this man was fighting for his life out the womb.
Baby Five's mom is ain't shit. I forgot all about Baby Five's mom.
What did Baby Five mom? I don't remember.
I mean, Baby Five was just like abandoned. She just wanted to be loved and accepted, and that's why she's such a pick me.
Okay.
She's calling her useless all the time and shit.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. As far as backstories go, I did not see this happening for Loki. I mean, obviously, we knew it was going to be sad with what happened with King Harold, but like Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's given Frost Giant. It's given Loki.
Yeah, literally Frost Giant.
Yeah.
It's good to finally also get like a reveal of like what's behind the bandages, what's the deal.
Yeah.
And just seeing that he got crazy eyes.
So I guess now we can kind of talk about who was it that made the question about the whole serpent thing?
Oh, wasn't that Vibes?
Yeah, Vibe Art. Do we think Loki is a reincarnation of an ancient weapon? It just depends on which one, right? We already know
it's not
Poseidon. We already know what's the one in Wano? Pluton.
And that's why again, if we're gonna fool around with this theory that Loki is one of the ancient weapons, right? I'm just going to say again, whatever Imu and the Gorosei used to destroy Lulusia, well, I don't know why people assume it's Uranus. I don't know why, because we've always been told that Pluton is a ship that can destroy an island, right? So why would Uranus be the same goddamn thing, right? So yeah, Uranus could very well be something else like Poseidon, where it's a human reincarnation of something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Maybe he is the red serpent.
Yeah, or maybe he's able to awaken it. Maybe he's able to awaken the giant, the beast within the walls.
Yeah, like he has the eyes like a serpent, so it's like,
yeah,
maybe it's not even that. Maybe bro don't even have a devil fruit. Maybe bro really could just transform into a serpent.
No, he definitely has a devil fruit because he was locked up with sea stone cuffs.
That doesn't mean he has a devil fruit, though. It's not. We can't say definite. We can assume he probably has a devil fruit, but we don't know for sure definitely that he has a devil fruit, because we don't know. We don't know what happened to that devil fruit in the chest still to this day.
Yeah, but okay, all right, whatever.
I'm just saying we don't know for sure. They could have just put it on him because he still was able to summon lightning with the chains on him when he hit the fucking tree.
Yeah, but that might have been through the hammer too.
I think it's just we having powers. Sanji can make it Diablo Jambe, so
yeah, it's true.
So like it's like anything is still possible. We just don't know.
But I don't think that the eyes have powers.
I don't think so either. I mean, I thought you was thinking that for a while. Well, you was thinking that for a while, that you thought his eyes would have powers.
I was wondering. Of course, I was wondering, because why else keep the eyes bandaged up? And now we know it's purely for.
Well, we still don't know yet. I think so far it's purely aesthetic, like it's Katakuri, like hiding and not wanting to be called ugly, like feeling ashamed about it. But maybe there's something more why the eyes are like that. They're fucking sinister. They're crazy looking.
Yeah, damn, I feel bad, man. Just seeing the panel of this baby climbing up the freaking wall. Someone, please hold this baby. King Harold, where are you?
I'm not holding this baby.
All right. It's also good to see that we're seeing a little tidbit of King Harold. You know, the world government is stepping in the way between Elbaf,
what does he
associating with other countries.
What does he mean by that exactly? So when I was first reading this, I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what is Harold's exact want here? Like, is he frustrated about Elbaf not being a part of the world government, or is he frustrated about how the world government forces countries and islands to do the holy tribute and things like that? Like, what exactly is his desire in regards to the free to decide themselves thing? I guess it's so up in the air, so that's why I'm just like, I was wondering what your thoughts were.
Maybe it was, just something along the lines of like bringing diplomats from one country to another so that they can learn from each other, develop friendships, and be friends with the world government, who already has, dominion over these kingdoms, got in the way. Like, no, you guys can't do that. We're not allowing this kingdom to do that, or we're not allowing trade between countries and things like that. Elbaf, because we can't control you, because we're afraid of you or whatever reason, we're going to keep you separated from the rest of the world. You can't hang.
Yeah.
Unless you officially join the world government, you can't hang.
That could be an option.
And that's why he has to go to Mary Joie. That's why he has to like bend the knee.
Yeah. And then like we also have the classic, like we've heard this story in so many different forms of mythology of like, your son was born and he's destined to kill you or whatever. And it's always some like weird, convoluted way in which it does come true. We've seen it before. It was especially in that show Chaos. Remember? Forgot which guy it was or whatever. But he was like, hey, your kid is meant to kill you or whatever. Sean in the chat, insert Love Island music. You're justice for my boy.
Dun 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 dun.
What beat is that?
That's the Love Island beat.
Oh, I was just gonna do the one coming back from the commercial break.
Oh no, I did the longer one, the actual like intro.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that. I was like, I only know the one from the commercial break.
I've watched it so many times.
Savage. Dynaxley said probably not able to do proper trade because government affiliations.
Yeah.
All right, and then Hadrid is over here like, that's not my brother, bro.
Yeah, man, he's the one who started the beef right from the beginning.
Like he been wanting smoke.
Yeah. I wonder, so Ida's there, right? Ida's there at the moment of Loki's birth, and he's there for Harujin as he's growing up. So we know that Loki's mom died, but I wonder what happened to Ida.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Nobody brings up Ida in the village currently.
Yeah. I mean, she's dead for sure.
Is she?
Right? I would assume. I don't know. Maybe Loki killed her. No, I'm just kidding.
Bro said,
but,
no, Sean, don't do that. Wait, when did I get the sober mask? Don't do that, yo. Sean deadass saw that I had that sober mask figure behind me.
Uh-huh.
And then he was like, yo, I need that.
Twins.
And then he bought it. I need that.
Yep, it's cold. Sober mask goes hard.
Listen, man, love my guy. And then we see the small silhouette, young Kaido over here.
Yeah.
About to hit the right man hake.
So what are you giving this chapter on a scale of 1 to 10?
I was more like, I was digging the vibes a lot more the first read through. Second read through, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm really not. I just wish it was moving a little slower. I wish we got half of this content in this chapter, but more spread out, if that makes sense. Okay. Maybe up to the point of Hadridin's birth, but added more detail instead of it just going speed run to Estrid or whatever. I would have liked it to be a Hadridin chapter and then a Loki chapter per se. I'm still fine with it. I know some people are not the biggest fans of the lore piece part of One Piece. I love it. I would have liked to see like more traveling around, but we did say that it would have felt a little repetitive, maybe because of all the things we've seen Roger do during the Odin backstory and Whitebeard and them. So maybe we don't necessarily need to see all this stuff, but because it's so many years ago, it would have been interesting to see like, oh, what if we went near Drum Island and really ran to Kureha? Like, I don't know. It would have been interesting to see. So this time around, I'm probably leaning towards a 7.
I would agree. Yeah. I'm going to give this chapter a 7. I disagree with the fact that you're saying you wanted it to go slower. I think that for a character like King Harold, I don't think we need to see so much of like his upbringing. I actually think that the fact that we're getting so much already with seeing him like wanting to trade with other islands and things is already more than I thought we were going to get. I really thought that whatever flashback we got would be from when, he was being attacked on the island and attacked in the castle and everything. So I'm kind of happy with the pace that we're getting this, because I believe that where Oda is going to focus on in the flashback is going to be with whatever happened that day when Loki, quote unquote, killed King Harold and the circumstances that led up to that, like King Harold going to Mary Joie. Like, I think that is where he can spend a little bit more time with the flashback. So I liked this chapter, seeing Loki being born. Damn, this guy's already in the running for one of the saddest backstories in One Piece. It adds more intrigue to the character with his eyes being revealed. And again, the feats that we're seeing with this guy killing a bear the day he's born, like, Jesus, this man's an animal. This is a 7 out of 10 though. Again, like nothing really, like no big reveals, I guess. Reveals for sure, but nothing that's like changing nothing that's going to get me through the next 2 weeks. It's a break week, unfortunately.
People are thinking, let's see, Dino and Vibe in the chat saying, what if Ida is Mosa, the person that's been talking to Loki on the phone? Only reason I don't think that is, I mean, Oda can kind of change his rules whenever, right? But I do feel like Oda is very, very loyal to how he has like the Denden Mushi's work, at least.
With the faces.
And that Denden Mushi having a big beard and all that, unless Ida has a beard.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Maybe she's the beard. She was in a circus, so now she's the bearded lady.
So she went from having fake horns to maybe she's the bearded lady. So she can cover up that face a little bit.
Oh my God, you in that face,
sorry,
bro.
I'm sorry, bro. Listen, bro, at least I said she got cake.
Yeah. We'll take what we can get, I guess.
They said in Japanese, the Mosa uses a feminine kanji. And they said it's not confirmed she's dead, I don't think. Loki talks shit about her, but never said dead.
True. What shit did Loki say again? He was just like, your mom's not a pureblood or something like that?
Yeah, it's basically Koma Muggle type vibes.
Yeah. I guess if she were, I don't know. I'd like to think that Loki's not such a piece of shit that he would make fun of someone's dead mom. Yeah, that would be really fucked up.
Well, he's probably okay with doing it because his mom dead.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Maybe.
He's like, I don't know. Moms never had one.
Never needed one either.
You merely adopted the dog. I was born in it. Molded by it.
Literally, this boy built like no other.
Yeah. But shout out to everybody who came through to watch us read through One Piece chapter 1153. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit the stream with a like, guys. We see 10 people watching right now and there's 6 likes. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm one of them though, so
I mean, you gonna stitch yourself out? I'm trying to make a stand here. Damn.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
Be your own people's. But yeah, if you enjoyed this stream, make sure you guys hit it with a like. If you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on chapter 1153. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Moon Piece podcast. We got a lot coming up this week. Kimmy will be starting Kingdom Hearts 2. Danny has Blue Lock. We're trying to figure out when we're going to do our Sailor Moon stream. So if you
for season 2,
so we'll figure that out as things go. And we have a new episode coming out this Tuesday that'll hopefully be out for our members by hopefully 7 p.m. tomorrow. As I'm still editing and things like that, we're about to go to the Sailor Moon Day party that the Moonies Club, that Sailor Moon fan club, and Victoria, aka the person we had on as a guest, is throwing today. So we're about to go run and do that. Appreciate y'all. On that note, y'all, enjoy your life.
Sayonara.